Joining us for Primetime Local News is MP Rosemarie Falk. How are you today?
I am well. How are you, Shelby?
I'm very good.
Wonderful.
So on March 1st, people can schedule appointments to be able to discuss with you some certain issues and concerns of theirs. How come you're bringing this into the community right now?
That's a great question. So I think it's good for any member of parliament to be, or any elected official actually, to be engaged in their community, hearing from the constituents that they represent. And what's the right word? Struggle, I guess, is my riding is so big, right? Like we go all the way north of St. Walburg, all the way almost down to Kindersley, and on the other side of North Battleford. So we've got I think it's like 30,000 square kilometers. So that's challenge number one. Challenge number two is COVID, and having the ability to talk to people. And I believe humans were created to have relationship with people and speak and see each other, and that's been very difficult. So I've made a point of doing rotating mobile offices. So this is where I go to certain parts of the riding and send direct invitations out to constituents in within the riding. So there might be people, like I did some up north and down south earlier in the year, last year too, later of the last year, and people can come. Have the opportunity if they want to come and meet. We schedule a time, obviously, following provincial public health guidelines, obviously. But if they don't feel comfortable, coming in on a one-on-one meeting, definitely call me, call my office, and we'll set up a scheduled time to have that conversation. So it's just that opportunity to engage with people, hear what their concerns are, and some things that might be bothering them.
And especially with residents here in Lloydminster, are there any concerns or questions you expect that might come up that you're getting prepared for?
Yeah, so I think COVID seems to be the number one trending. It's funny how we used to call it like the novel coronavirus, and now it was COVID-19, and now it's just COVID. People are concerned about that, but also to our economy, our recovery, what the Liberal government's plans are to boost the economy. I mean, livelihoods, whether it's agriculture or oil and gas. This is what I'm finding so far to be concerns of constituents in Battlefords, Lloydminster.
And will you be extending this for a few days in case you do get a lot of residents scheduling appointments too much on March 1st, just the one day? Will you think you'll be extending it for a couple more days in case?
Absolutely. So the thing is if we get so booked, absolutely, we'll just find another time to make sure that constituents can meet with me. Like I said, via phone or even in person. But absolutely, I want to make sure, and I really try. My office and myself, we really try to make sure that we get back to whomever it is that contacts our office. And if it isn't a constituent of ours, but in another riding, we do our best. Or sometimes, it might a constituent might have an issue or a problem, but they are contacting the wrong stream. So they might be contacting the federal, where they might need the provincial, the municipal. We help with that and make sure that they get aligned with the people that they need to. So absolutely, we will do our best to get everybody in and add days if we need to. And frankly, you know what, if somebody calls and the Monday the 1st doesn't work, but they want to have a conversation, absolutely, we'll figure it out and find a time that works for their schedule and as well as mine.
Oh, that's really good to know. And why do you believe personally that this is so important to be able to have this day or a few days for residents to come and voice their concerns with you?
Yeah, I really believe everybody who puts their name on a ballot is there to serve the people that elected them, to put them in that position. So, and I tell people all the time, if I don't hear from you and if I don't hear the concerns that you have, I can't bring that forward to the caucus room, but also to the floor of the House of Commons. So it's so important for me to hear from constituents and make sure that I'm serving them, because at the end of the day, that's what my number one job is to serve the people of Battlefords, Lloydminster.
And just for residents that might not know, how exactly are they able to schedule this appointment ahead of time?
Yeah, so they should be invitations should be in the mailboxes. Even if you didn't get an invitation, but you would like to have a meeting with my office, just to call my office at 306-825-5005, and you can talk with one of the girls here and they can book you in.
Perfect. Is there anything else you want to add for people to know about?
No, I just hope that everybody's staying safe. And, if there's frustrations that they may have with the government, or, there might be things that they like seeing, I just, really want to encourage um, all of you people, all of you constituents, whether you're in Lakeland on Shannon Stubbs side or on the Saskatchewan side in Battlefords, Lloydminster, my side, to make sure you reach out to us and have those conversations and at least have your voice heard.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Rosemary.
Yes, anytime. Thank you, Shelby.